honor the Tanakh.
Hello everybody, my name is Sky, and I am your friendly neighborhood autistic person full of random useless facts. And today, we are getting back into Horizon Forbidden West.
Yep,
If you are only interested in the main missions, they will be timestamped in the comments down below after the live stream. We will be doing a main mission actually very soon. We are heading that way.
Careful now.
Bless you. A repetitive apology for the quality of my stream. My PlayStation is old, but she is doing her very best, and we appreciate her for that. If you are interested in a random useless fact, I will place one at the end of the video when I say my goodbyes. Last stream's yet random useless fact was the fact that platypuses, males specifically, are venomous. And they have over 80 different toxins in their venom. I'm just gonna scoot right by here.
My override's corrupted, but I can fix it if I hunt for more parts. Coordinates that Gaia gave me for Demeter are close.
There's an unknown right over here. Let's see what this is. As well as a shelter, which is nice.
Place to rest. An image of the old world. The building in front of the cliffs has the Pharaoh logo on it.
Actually, buddy, I'm gonna leave you right here at this shelter, because I think you might attract too much attention from them. And I am also going to progress time, so that it's a little bit brighter and I can see better. I have a munchkin man. Okay, I think I know where this thing is. Oh, there's a rebel outpost close by. Hello, my hello, my baby. Hello, my Heidi. Hello, my chunky cat. Hello, my beautiful girl. Would you like to sit with Mama? You know you're always welcome. You're Mama's best kitty and Mama's favorite kitty.
I bet the top of those cliffs have a good view of the Pharaoh building. Found her becoming the hunted. This doesn't look right. Better try another spot.
I just realized I was holding my controller really close to my mic, and I'm sorry for the clicking noise.
Pretty sure I'm close. There it is!
This is the FAS West stop of our Vista Point tour, brought to you by Miriam Technologies and the Coalition for Environmental Reclamation. We ask all of our trailblazers to keep in mind that this facility is surveyed by automated security. We strongly advise you not to approach the complex. Why have we brought you to one of our competitor sites? Because we remember that the clawback was a result of cooperation. Then and now, saving the world requires unified action. Miriam Technologies upholds this approach by waiving its patents and sharing its research in the field of mechanized agriculture. Unlike many of our competitors, we believe that feeding the global population in a sustainable way can only be achieved through a spirit of generosity, collaboration, and shared sacrifice. Comments. Jail all the sleepwalkers! That cursed generation. They let the planet burn. It's true that they behaved badly, but read MT's message. We must try to be generous and understanding. I came here to say that I like these Vista Point thingies. If you're so innovative, when are you bringing out a new version of that Harvester line? The Harvester line is made by FAS, you dipshit. So this is our after. And our before. Alright, let's see if we can't get in here. I did not check that. I should have jumped out faster. Farther.
It is my chunky funky Heidi, and I love her oh so much. It's my chunky funky Heidi, and I love her oh so much. It's my chunky funky Heidi, and she's oh so fat and spicy. It's my chunky funky Heidi, and I love her very much.
Oh, well that's inconvenient. Who put this here? I've never seen that kind of design before. Is that Karja? Munchkin man, there's not enough space for both you and Heidi in my lap. Can we get in through here, maybe? Nope. Wait a second. Are those boats? Look at that. That's a flag. Whose flag is that? We have to figure out how to get in. Through here, maybe?
What happened here? All the bodies are Tanox. Someone managed to take out an entire squad.
What the hell?
One thing's for sure. I'm not alone out here. There's lights in that ruin. I better keep my guard up. Oh, damn. Oh. Hold your fire! I'm not here to fight!
The barbarian's pinned down. Move in!
Okay, whoever these people are, it looks like we're not gonna be friends. I need to get past these hostiles and into the ruins.
Hit her again! Oh, not one more step, barbarian! For the ancestors! You're in trouble now! She's so fast! Take her up, now! She's hit! Rock her! Set the sight! Kill her! No way! Take her up, now!
Sorry, I'm just trying to stay alive. Munchkin Man
Now
is
I
just
really want to
being a little...
Got me!
Well, he's not being anything. Like, he's being a good boy. It's just that he's so affectionate, he's getting in my way.
Protect the site! Kill her! One more step, barbarian! How did I mess this up? Put her down!
Can you figure out what you're doing?
Who are these people? And why are they out for blood? I better get to Demeter fast in case there's more of them. According to Gaia, it should be somewhere in these ruins.
Let's loot what we can and move on. A lot of cars out here. Well, it was a Pharaoh research facility. We're gonna open these quickly, the quick way and not the prying off way. And I missed. And I missed again. And I missed again. Alright, let's see what they had going on up there. Let me up. They have a lot of weapons up here. Pretty much locked down. But who are they? What are they even here for? looks promising.
Looks like some sort of old office complex. Couch is full, but my pack has room.
The Greenhouse. Federal Automated Solutions industry-leading biotech research facility. Agritech. Environmental remediation. Organic waste management. Whatever your company needs, here at the Greenhouse, we'll help solve your problems. Naturally.
A Faro research facility. I'll mark this spot in my focus. Come back later.
I had a dream, which was not all a dream. The bright sun was extinguished, and the stars did wander darkling in the eternal space. Rayless and pathless, and the icy earth swung blind and blackening in the moonless air. Morn came and brought no day, and men forgot their passions in the dread. Of this their desolations and all hearts were chilled into a selfish prayer for light. And they did live by watchfires and the thrones, the palaces of crowned kings, the huts. The habitations of all things which dwell were burnt for beacons. Cities were consumed, and men were gathered round their blazing homes, to look once more into each other's face. Happy were those who dwelt within the eye of the volcanoes and their mountain torch, and fearful hope was all the world contained.
A metal flower. Demeter should be right beyond that door, but those vines are blocking the way. Unless I can cut through them, I'm gonna need to find another way in. A room with no way out. Great. At least there's a console. A log.
Just got off the line with U.S. Robot Command. Time's running out. Didn't have the heart to tell Harris that our cure might be worse than the disease. Even if adamantine wreath works, we still have to prove we can curtail the trailing plants efficiently. But Cobble's team is working on it over at Test Station Ivy. He'll come through. He has to.
Adamantine wreath. Another secret project. Well, they made the metal flowers here and the vines, so maybe I can find a way to destroy them. If I can find Test Station Ivy. How do I get out of here? There we go. Great. These guys again. Whoever they are, they want me dead. I better be careful.
Personal log, The Greenhouse, September 4th, 2043. Science is a process of discerning patterns, finding a sense of order amongst the chaos. Never has that been more pertinent than today. Here at the greenhouse, between the construction bots, the strewn wreckage from last night's storm, the howls of protesters who don't even know the nature of our work, amongst all this we must find method. All week the verts have been delivering sets of bewildered faces, and I promised my paymasters that these looks of stunned incredulity hide some of the world's top minds, from which ideas will sprout that can feed a starving world, if we work fast enough. If we knew what it was we were doing, would it not be called research? It would not be called research, would it? Albert Einstein. So we strike out from the shores of the known and swim into the deep oceans of the possible, knowing that we must find something before the world drowns. But what does the man who is guiding us understand the work we must do? There's no doubt that Ted Farrow is a business savant when it comes to robotic assistance, but does he grasp the science as well as the marketing? He and his board can sense what the world wants from a fashion app, but the choices they make will now determine whether a million starve here, or a country falls into the void there. Farrow has grasped the fact that action is necessary, but can he really be a force to save the world?
Okay. I could take those soldiers out quietly.
There's a barbarian in the compound. She got past the lookouts. Find her, kill her, and bring her head to the lieutenant.
Understood.
I guess diplomacy's off the table.
Someone's attacking.
I heard that.
She felt that. I'm on target. No! She's there! Not one more step, barbarian! Get to your position! She's using a grapple! Oh no! Kill her!
I really wish these people would have talked to me instead of trying to kill me. Oh no, I need to find a way out of this courtyard. That door looks promising.
I submit. Do as you will.
I didn't want to fight your friends out there. They attacked me.
If by death alone I can atone our trespass.
Look, I'm not gonna kill you, okay? I just want to figure out what's going on. Where did you get that focus?
I'm of the chosen people. The Quen. The ancestors left the power of the focus to us alone, the eye that reveals the legacy.
The legacy, huh?
The legacy? The truth. You know, it is in the darkness and the lost places, among the ancient ashes and the bones of the before that it lies waiting. You know, as a diviner, it is my task to seek it out, for the good of my people.
You're looking for data. Maybe we can help each other. What's your name?
Alva. Second diviner of the Eastern Expedition.
I'm Aloy. Why don't we start again? I've never heard of the Quen.
Our lands lie across the Great Ocean. We haven't been here before.
So why come now?
Our homeland has been ravaged by freakish weather. Terrible storms and blistering droughts. The crops are failing, the people are starving. When we looked for answers, it was proposed that if we had the courage to cross the ocean to Legacy's landfall, then we might earn the knowledge we need to save our people. But so far, that knowledge has eluded us.
So, your people call this place Legacy's landfall?
No. Landfall is where we arrived. To the west, in the shadows of the sunken city by the broken bridge.
You mean San Francisco?
Yes. You're well versed in the legacy. It was a place of great importance to our ancestors. We had hoped to learn their secrets there, but so far that door remains closed. Even so, the data we discovered there has led us to this place. It might be our last chance.
To find something that can save your crops and your people.
Yes. If the ancestors will be generous to us once more.
So you said your ancestors left your tribe that focus?
Yes. 13 diviners have possessed this one since it was discovered among the ruins in our homeland. I have their honored names committed to memory.
So you have one, but none of the soldiers out there did.
We each have a role to play. No, it is the diviner's purpose to seek out the legacy, interpret the wisdom of our ancestors for the good of all, and to keep it safe, so that no one but the diviners know how to use a focus. Not even the Imperial family, and certainly not soldiers.
So how many diviners are there?
At landfall, a small group. Back at home, a few dozen more. That's a guess. Only the overseers know for sure, and I am not of their rank.
So you call data from the ancient past the legacy?
Yes. All that is not lost or forbidden.
What does that mean?
All that we are capable of reading, and that which is permitted.
Okay, I'm not sure I get it. That's fine. So what do you use the data for?
The greatest secrets are the ones that improve the lives of many. How to tend our crops, how to hold floodwaters back, or even cross the ocean.
Technology.
That is what I seek here. Technology that can help my people back home.
Those soldiers, they opened fire on me without warning. Why?
It is the duty of the Quen to seek out the legacy and defend it from the ignorant and envious. Not that you seem ignorant. But back home, other tribes only mean us harm, and we were told the same was true here.
Does that come from your legacy?
The legacy is truth. But we have been known to misinterpret it. I hope time and the wisdom of our ancestors will guide us down the correct path.
Yeah. I hope so too. I'm looking for a place in this facility called Test Station Ivy. Have you found any data that mentions it?
No. But I did find something that looks like a map. But it was unreadable. Lost.
Maybe I can make some sense of it.
There.
There's a lot of files here.
I've been through all of them. Look in the GH facility section. Like I said, a lost file.
You can't see the map? It's okay. It looks like your focus is an early model. The operating system won't be able to read any files created after the mid-2050s. But I could share them with you.
Share them? You can see what is lost and forbidden.
Not lost, not forbidden, just a newer format. There. That's where I need to go.
But you can't get there. We've been here for a week trying to get deeper into the complex. The way has been blocked by rubble.
What about this tunnel? It looks like it unlocks from here.
No. I thought these might be some kind of access controls, but I couldn't read enough data to make them work.
Well, let's try with my focus, okay?
I believe these consoles were meant to be operated in unison, but I'm not sure.
We already have moderate but promising results from the Insect Protein Initiative. Ted Farrow. It's a dead end. There are 12 competitors ahead of us on farm protein. Tala Aquino. Our team is pushing to improve the yield once they've... No. Kill the program. Today. The plant gene sequencing stuff is where we've got an edge. But I want every program to link up to the harvester our robotics team is developing. You're talking about flushing 6 months of research. Our AI tells us that the plants you are creating aren't robust enough for auto-harvesting. You want me to feed starving people, Ted. That research will help. We will feed them. From a Pharaoh harvester. This is too sudden. We can't reconfigure everything that quickly. You have to think bigger, Tala. What is it you wrote to the team this morning? One of those big quotes you're always throwing around? If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. Isaac Newton. Well, Newton didn't have the resources we've got, Tala. He couldn't dream of the horizons we can already see. We're the giants now. Fuck you, Pharaoh. Any other data? Data.
Okay, here we go.
Following your lead. The ancestors have shown us the way.
Come on, let's go.
You want me to come with you?
It took both of us to open up that tunnel, didn't it?
This place is a maze.
According to the map, there should be another exit further in. Just stay close.
Lead the way.
Opinions on Alba so far? I'm not certain how I feel about her yet.
I can't believe you actually got us in. I was dreading having to stay here any longer with those soldiers. The way they slaughtered the barbarians that approached the site, it was like they enjoyed it. Most of my people aren't like that, I promise.
If you say so. Fire gleam. Better stand back.
Okay. Well, that was loud.
Forests were set on fire, but hour by hour they fell and faded, and the crackling trunks extinguished with a crash, and all was black. The brows of men by the despairing light wore an unearthly aspect as by fits the flashes fell upon them. Some lay down and hid their eyes and wept, and some did rest their chins upon their clenched hands and smiled, and others hurried to and fro and fed their funeral piles with fuel, and looked up with mad disquietude at the dull sky. The pall of a past world, and then again, with curses cast them down upon the dust, and gnashed their teeth and howled. The wild birds shrieked, and terrified, did flutter on the ground, and flap their useless wings. The wildest brutes came tame and tremulous, and vipers crawled and twined themselves among the multitude. Hissing but stingless, they were slain for food, and war, which for a moment was no more, did glut himself again. A meal was brought with blood, and each sate sullenly apart, gorging himself in gloom. No love was left.
There has to be a way out of here. What's that thing in the wall?
Through here.
Dead end. We haven't tried that smaller tunnel over there.
According to the map, the exit should be this way.
Oh, must have taken a wrong turn. I'll be glad to get back above ground.
Yeah, it feels like a tomb down here.
hatch at the top of the ladder.
I see it. That can't be good.
They fly to and from the complex several times a day. Only the ancestors know why.
Well, the ancestors are dead, Alva.
Of course. How else could they be ancestors?
Looks like we have more pressing concerns. Follow my lead.
She sabotaged the project. You know how many lives could have been lost over an affair? We're working to see what data can be recovered. In the meantime, we spent weeks chasing results that have gone nowhere. Kaczynski's project could have been the answer. Can we remember that Dr. Kaczynski's libido played a big part in this? Not that big of a part. Not helpful, Crophie. Can we please concentrate on the plant propagation and not the human reproduction? Precisely. It is our job, our responsibility to deliver these crops, which is why I am reassigning Dr. Samuelson to another team. She sabotaged a project and she's staying? And we will all have to make up for the time that was lost. How? We're already working nights and weekends, which has cut down on the levels of infidelity. Not helpful, Crophie. Charles Darwin, a man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. And we hold so much life in our hands, so we'll do whatever we have to finish the work. Albert Einstein, 2 things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity. Dr. Samuelson has proven that. Surely we can agree she has to go. She's staying. That comes all the way from the top. Pharaoh. Of course. Not the kind of fellow to put ethics ahead of results. Enough. All of you. Your objections are noted. Please do not persist unless you want me to take the messaging system offline.
Full. I can get it from my stash later. Machines.
We can fight them, or try to sneak past. Your call.
Long legs. I can override them with the data I got from the cauldrons.
the entrance to the complex. Looks like it's locked off.
Got it.
I'm right behind you. Maybe we can get through that hatch on the ground. It looks like the one we used at the first station. There's consoles up here too!
But no way to get to them. You stay put. I'll see what I can find. There has to be another way to reach those consoles. I think I can move these things. There we go. Huh. There's some space back there. Aha! This should help. This one won't budge. Maybe one of the others. There we go.
That looks like some sort of conveyor rig. You think you can move it over to me?
Yeah. If you can hop on top of it, I can get you to those consoles.
Exactly! Hold it there! Let me just... I jumped on top!
Hold on.
That's good! Jumping over! Made it! I'm at the console. Wait! There's data here. A lot. But it's blocked. Something's restricting access. If I can't get past it, my mission here is doomed.
Alva, I'll help. If I can, okay? But first we have to get out of here.
Right. We need to open the hatch. Okay, let's see... Okay. I'm unlocking a storage unit. There should be a power
found the
cell
energy cell.
inside. Then you need to find a way into the generator room.
Okay, I'm on it. Now I can put that energy cell here.
Aloy, would you mind warning me next time you decide to, blow up a wall?
I'll, try.
Okay. That brought power back to the doors. You can reach me now.
On my way.
Okay. We need to operate both consoles simultaneously to open the hatch.
I'll get to the other console. You stay here.
Ready when you are.
Okay, you ready? On 2. 1, 2.
Commencing adamantine wreath vulnerability test scenario 12C15.
What?
Okay, that's where we need to go.
Magnetic field engaged. Initiating biomass conversion process.
Excuse me?
What? No. How do I shut this thing off?
Failsafe exceeded. Test cannot be aborted.
What is this?
It's how the world ended.
Test complete. Adamantine wreath structural integrity uncompromised.
What did we just see?
Alva. Let's meet below. I'm gonna share a file with you, okay?
Test log, I think it's Tuesday... the 2nd? Who cares? I'll say this for the end of the world. It's jam-packed with irony. We developed biomass conversion here. Infinite food for infinite machines. And now we're racing against time to find something to give them indigestion. Well, it works. War machines won't be able to eat the wreaths. But can we deploy them in time? God, I hope so.
I don't understand.
Your ancestors? They were wiped out. Your legacy didn't tell you that?
The time of ashes. But most of the data about that is lost, or forbidden.
Well, they created machines that consumed all life. You just saw how. It's a miracle anything survived.
I don't want to know this. This is not why I'm here. I need the wisdom of my ancestors to help save my people, not forbidden knowledge of their sins. I need to find something that helps, something to bring back. The overseers will punish me. Or even worse, people will die. Do you understand? My family. My sister. I left her when she was 14. Already you could see her bones. They will starve.
Alva. Alva. I get it. I do. It's hard to explain, but you and I are working toward the same goal. And if I succeed, your people won't need any data. Things will just... they will get better.
But even if I believe you, my people won't. I need to bring something back.
Okay. Then we'll go to Test Station Ivy. And if I can find a way to kill those vines, then I will have access to the data core. What I need is in there. I'm pretty sure that if I take it, it will unblock access to all the data that this place has. And that will give you something to bring home.
I'm not sure I understand. But every secret makes its own maze. A diviner must persevere. Go on. I'll follow.
We need to keep moving. Test Station Ivy can't be far off.
another maze. But the road to truth is never a straight line. So the metal flowers, what the data referred to as adamantine wreaths, they were supposed to stop the destruction that caused the Time of Ashes?
Looks like it. I guess something went wrong.
Oh, there has to be an exit somewhere. So, I never asked. Are you from around here?
No, I'm not. I spent most of my life in a place far to the east.
Oh, we've both traveled a long way then. Cold and damp down here.
This is it. Okay. Let's find a way to get into the proving ground.
Then they lifted up their eyes as it grew lighter and beheld each other's aspects, saw and shrieked and died. Even of their mutual hideousness they died, unknowing who he was upon whose brow famine had written fiend. The world was void, the populous and powerful was a lump, seasonless, herbless, treeless, manless, lifeless, a lump of death, a chaos of hard clay. The rivers, lakes, and oceans all stood still, and nothing stirred within their silent depths. Ships sailorless lay rotting on the sea, and their masts fell down the piecemeal. As they dropped, they slept on the abyss with a surge. The waves were dead. The tides were in their grave. The moon, their mistress, had expired before. The winds were withered in the stagnant air, and the clouds perished. Darkness had no need of aid of them. She was the universe.
That complex should be Test Station Ivy.
Well, let's hope it holds the answers we seek. It's so still.
Yeah. Keep your guard up.
Whoa! Into battle!
It's one of those machines!
It can turn invisible?
We're gonna have to take it out to get into the test station. You with me?
Yes. I'll get you! You need ammunition! That was amazing. Terrifying, but amazing.
Well, you helped. We should be able to get into Test Station Ivy now. It's carrying one of the metal flowers. Is that how they've been distributed? Airdrops from these machines?
Duly noted. Also to a good hunt.
We shouldn't linger here. There might be more machines.
There has to be some data here on the adamantine wreath we can use.
I trust your focus will see what mine cannot. Oh, that's interesting.
Find something?
The 4th test station. Willow. It looks like it's underwater.
Huh. That might be worth a look sometime.
Tala Aquino, personal log, the greenhouse, September 15th, 2047. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Arthur C. Clarke. But you are supposed to understand the trick once it's done. When the curtain pulls back to reveal the mirrors. Yet I still have no idea how we achieved this act of scientific conjuring. It's not just the speed with which the projects have come together, or the stability of the results, despite the complexity of the bioengineering. It isn't even the huge variety of crops that can now be made more heat, drought, and disease resistant. I'm struggling a bit, my bad. It is a simple fact that all of these results are tangible. No announcements in scientific journals, no celebrating predictions born from simulations. Our research has become manifest in physical artifacts. Where a dream took root in an abandoned industrial site 4 years ago, now there stands row upon row of automated FAS farming units, each of which can conduct gene manipulation in the field, the actual field. These robots analyze soil composition, light intensity, temperature, wind speed, and 100 other factors. Then, utilizing the gene sequences we created, they can select or construct a plant to produce the best yields for that location. Of course, all of these crops these units create are best harvested by other FAS machines. But when a population is starving, what government is it going to quibble about being forced to use our robots to speed things up? Should I be uncomfortable? Watching Ted Farrow's coffers swell with money from the desperate and the starving? Maybe. But I know that in his belief, money and drive, that has filled the world's empty stomachs. Desperation can only be experienced by the living, and we have given back their lives. Us, our work, Pharaoh's resources, science's triumph. Together, we have changed the world.
I must have faith. I walk with the ancestors. We shall find what we seek.
I still don't know how I feel about you, Alva.
This console's still operational.
Alva, in here.
Another log.
We're done in every way. The wreaths work, and Cobble came through on a way to destroy them. Downloading a coded key into the deployment shell triggers an enzyme that causes the wreaths to eat themselves from within. But it's too late. The latest projections from U.S. Robot Command have swarm reproduction, outpacing our ability to drop the shells by 375%. Not even close. I guess we deserve this. I deserve it for what I made here. This will be my last log before evacuation.
So all their efforts were in vain. They ran out of time.
At least we have the software module they created. It should get rid of the vines produced by the metal flowers. I need a workbench to load the module onto my spear.
There's one back at our camp. The map showed a path leading back there past the next room.
Tala Aquino Personal Log, The Greenhouse, August 2nd, 2049. From Marjane's letter, it is with great regret that I resign. I share that regret, Marjane. You served as an excellent deputy, but no single person is above the team or the project. I came to create life, not to destroy it. After all we've achieved together, I did not expect such a lack of vision. Yes, our research has shifted direction, but biomass conversion is no different than burning wood in a stove or distilling ethanol from molasses. It is a method to release solar energy that was captured organically. Yes, there are military applications for this technology, but that does not mean that there is a logical, moral argument against biomass conversion itself. To say so is emotional petulance. Plain and simple. The saddest aspect of life right now is that science gathers knowledge faster than society gathers wisdom. Isaac Asimov. For Nafasi to end her letter with the quotation made it a direct attack. Childish. Disappointing. Personal. Any sadness I might have had about her departure left me in that moment. I wish her luck with whatever position she's able to find. But the greenhouse will continue on all stronger now that it is free from such narrow-minded thinking. I'll sum it up with another quote, one better suited to the circumstances. Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more, so that we may fear less. Mary Curie.
That must be the 4th testing station we saw on the map.
Looks like it's been flooded for a while.
Also, it's Marie Curie. My bad.
In here. We'll have to climb up.
Right behind you!
We can use the line to get down.
Right! Easy! Made it! I still can't believe you took on all these soldiers by yourself. But we'd better make haste. After we encountered barbarians, our lieutenant called for reinforcements. They could be here any time.
Right.
Now what?
Now, we get to that data core. Let's hope this new module works. Flowers blooming. Let's see if the software works.
Vines. They're falling apart.
Door's clear now.
The data core looks intact.
Time to bring Demeter home.
A beautiful place you've chosen to rest, Demeter. I see you've chosen to clothe yourself in vines and flowers. And sounds of insects lightly chirping in the background. Are you ready to go home?
Demeter? It's time to go home. To Gaia.
The seed of life. Yes.
Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master override activated. Restoring Demeter's subordinate function to original code.
What did you do? I've never seen my focus glitch like that.
I found a special type of data. It's something you can't read. But it kept a tight grip on the data core. But now you should have access to the central server. All of it. Should give you something to bring home.
You were right. Hundreds of archives. Almost all of it relating to agriculture. It would take us years to get through all of this. But we don't have that kind of time. What you said before about... Alva! Hold your fire! By the word of the ancestors, you must stop. Come. Look at who you fired on.
That barbarian killed our soldiers!
Only those who fired blindly. She is no barbarian. She gave me the data we need. Come, look at her. Can't you see? Elizabeth Sobek stands before you. An ancestor reborn.
Diviner. We should bring the ancestor back.
It is we who follow their word, Commander, not the other way around. My apologies, Dr. Sobek. Our people's faith is strong, but there are those who are not as familiar with the legacy as they should be.
You heard the diviner. The data has been found. You two, with me. The rest of you, meet us back at the beach for return to landfall.
I can't talk long. They will have many questions.
So do I. Your people know a lot about the past. And about Sobek, I guess, but they're...
Please, I must know. What you said before about working towards the same goal, how long will it take?
I don't know. A few months?
Then you are my family's best hope. Let nothing get in your way. You have opened my eyes to many things, and for that, I thank you. But now you must go.
Will I see you again?
Soon we return to Legacy's landfall. It might be dangerous for you to go there.
Well, tell me how to reach it, just in case.
We made landfall on the northeast edge of the sunken city. The currents around the archipelago are vicious, and the only approach is from the south. And it is guarded. Only attempt to go there if you must.
Diviner! What's the delay?
Please, go. If you attempt to stay here any longer, they may want to take you with us, and that won't go well for anyone.
I better do as Alpha says. I need to get Demeter back to Gaia anyway. But I might want to explore the area before I make the trek back to base. And now I can use the vine cutter on those other metal flowers I found earlier.
I knew there was something sketchy about her. I want to have hope that she's like a decent person, but you really just did that. Why are you marking the spot? What do you want? Weird. Let's see if we can't check out test station Willow. I think they said it was underwater.
These boats must be how Alva and the Quen got here.
How do we get back towards the test stations, actually? Ah. This way, maybe? Oak's over there. Oops. I guess this is something I'll worry about later. Let's just go ahead and head back to base, I guess. Though we could pick up this ornament real quick. No, we're gonna go ahead and head back to base, but we can pick up that ornament now. We'll fast travel. While we're fast traveling, I am going to run to the bathroom real quick. You should do the same as well if you need to. Make sure you have something to drink, something to snack on. Hydrate or dehydrate.
You look geared up for battle. Always a smart choice.
You shouldn't miss this chance to trade. Are you looking to buy?
Safe travels, champion.
You can trust a Tanakh when it comes to commerce. Take a look or move on.
Keep your eyes open out there, soldier.
If you need a merchant, here I am. No nonsense, just trade.
Stay alert, soldier.
I have
Are you
returned.
looking to
Apologies
buy?
for the wait. Actually, real quick, I want to sell some stuff to you. Let me check what you have to sell. Yeah, sell real quick. Ah, I see. Okay. Okay. Let us go turn in Poseidon and probably catch up with everybody and talk to our friends. See how everybody's doing, make sure everybody's okay. Hope you're doing okay. You hanging in there? Oof. I just walked in without checking to make sure the floor was there. I know that the floor will be there. It should always be there now because they fixed that problem. It's just the trauma of it. Still gives me a little mini heart attack every time. I've learned my lesson.
A little too much for my liking.
Some of them ate more like the Utaru. Called themselves vegetarians.
From what I'm reading, all the old ones wanted to eat was this stuff called chocolate.
I'm one of those people. From what we learned from when we turned in Ether, let's go ahead and talk to everybody first. See how everybody's doing.
Looks like you got what you wanted.
Yeah. It's almost time to go after Hephaestus.
Finally. We get to rock and roll. Yeah, at least that's how the old ones said it, I think.
Bet you're used to that focus by now.
Well, I can hit machines in their weak points. I guess that's something. I wish all the other data was as easy to deal with. To be honest, it's hard to understand half of what's on there. And then the other half reminds me, this isn't a fight you can win by just waving a hammer. Which is kind of what I do. But hey, that just means I gotta study harder. Make myself useful.
Just give it time. Anything happen I should know about?
Zoe asked us to help her bring more plants in here. Not for eating, apparently. Yeah, if you ask me, the place is fine as it is. Metal might be plain, but it's sturdy. Nothing wrong with that. Who needs a bunch of vegetation?
I should get going.
Say hi to Gaia for me.
Yeah, actually I almost didn't notice it. Look at how decorated everything is now. I like it. Let's go talk to Katalo first. How you doing, buddy?
You busy?
One must never be idle when at war. But there is always time to speak to one's commander.
Oh, that's not really how I see myself.
It is how we see you.
Anything interesting happen while I was away?
I found an acceptable place to practice with my blade.
Oh, and where's that?
Outside, above the base. There's a nest of sunwings that are always up for a fight.
Ever thought of sparring with something that's not trying to kill you?
That would defeat the purpose of the training.
What have you been up to?
Varl has asked to learn the differences between my people's clans, so I've been teaching him Tanakh history. It is heavy with blood and death, but also with honorable deeds and vanquished tyrants. Maybe you'd like to hear about it as well, when our mission is done.
I'd be honored. I'll let you get back to your training.
And so will I.
Aloy, you've returned. And you come bearing gifts. Does this mean we'll soon be able to uproot the Zeniths from our lands?
That's what I'm hoping.
Good.
It looked like you were working on something over there.
With Gaia now growing in strength, I've been trying to find a way to heal the land gods, even if some people think I should give up on them.
Already said I was sorry.
Your friend thought it'd be a good idea to replace the land gods with new machines when Gaia recovers.
It wasn't.
The land gods have taken care of our people for generations. They are not some broken toy to be thrown away. Even if they are just machines doing their job, to abandon them in their time of suffering seems cruel.
I'm sure Varl understands that too.
He does now. I had to get pretty mad at him at first, though.
You know I can hear you guys, right?
You ever play that board game Aaron set up?
Strike? I'm the one who gave it to him. I was hoping it'd distract him enough to spare us that ruckus he calls death metal. No such luck.
I should get going.
If you need me, you know where to find me.
Aloy, is that what I think it is?
Just need to merge it with Gaia, and she'll have enough power to handle Hephaestus.
Good news. So, what can I do for you?
So, you and Zoe got into a bit of a fight, huh? Should have known better than to suggest Hephaestus could make new land gods to replace the old ones in Plainsong.
The last thing I wanted to do was dismiss their traditions. But I was trying to look at things differently. More like you know? To see a machine as just a machine.
Yeah, I guess I led you into trouble there, didn't I?
Not your fault. Don't worry.
Looks like things between you and Zoe are better now.
I suffered through a few hours of glaring silence. Then she seemed to move on. Sort of. How do people do this? How do I know if the next thing I say won't blow up in my face? What if an apology is not enough next time?
You give her a stuffed animal?
You're the worst. You know that?
What makes you think I know anything about any of this? You're on your own.
Abandoning me again, huh? Well, if she kills me next time, it's on you.
Better get this to Gaia.
You did it, Aloy.
Let's hold off on the ale till it's over and done with.
I'll let Aaron know.
And finally, we can't forget about Beta in the basement. Doesn't seem like she has anything to say.
Aloy.
Yeah, hi.
Is it me, or did the old ones just look funny? Funny how?
Their clothes, they're weird. They're so tight.
For once, I'd have to agree. I'd rip those things to shreds in a fight.
Guess they didn't move around as much.
It is good to see you again, Aloy. I see you have recovered Demeter.
May I pop these drones in really quickly? Thank you, Gaia.
Drone's reconnected now.
We have 3 more to check out. Let's scroll through them really quickly.
excellent choice. Good choice.
I think I like this one the best. Alright. Let's get the meter back.
With the acquisition of Ether, Poseidon, and Demeter, my heuristic processing density has expanded greatly. I should now be able to absorb Hephaestus, and fortunately, we have made progress on a plan to capture it. With Varl's encouragement, Beta analyzed all available information on Hephaestus. Its expansion has been rampant. It is too large to be beamcast, and the kernel you've been using could never hold it. Therefore, it must be contained in a location with a direct physical connection to me. A place with 2 data cores.
2 cores? Where would we find a place like that?
Gemini.
An abandoned cauldron in the desert west of here. Seismic activity disrupted the original construction. 2 data cores were built as a result.
I know that place. It's near the Desert Clan's capital. We'll have to bring you there by hand.
I have devised a blueprint for a suitable, albeit unwieldy, transport rig. It will require 2 people to carry it to Gemini.
I can help.
Once I am installed on the first core, I will call down Hephaestus on the other, trapping it. I will then initiate the merge. However, in order to construct the rig, I will need considerable help.
Can you build it? I suppose I could, but it's not gonna work. The Zeniths will find you. Minerva won't be able to conceal your location.
That is correct. Absorbing Hephaestus will create a significant power surge, easily detected by anyone capable of noticing.
But what if there were multiple power surges? To fake out the Zeniths? If Erend, Zoe, and Katalo spread out to the other cauldrons and create their own surges, would those conceal the one at Gemini?
Analyzing. Such a tactic might be effective. With Beta's help, we should be able to build a set of handheld pulse generators.
I told you it's not gonna work! I did a test. Hephaestus has written Alpha clearance out of its access module. You'll never be able to capture it. Then we need a higher level of clearance. There is no higher... Ted Pharaoh's Omega clearance. The one he used to purge the Apollo database and kill the Alphas. But to get it, you would have to find Thebes. The private bunker he retreated to when the world ended, and nobody knows where that is, not even the Zeniths. Their only intel was that it was somewhere in San Francisco. That might be all I need. Alva, the Quen diviner I met, said her people had set up a base at Landfall. They were searching for data in San Francisco from there. She might be able to help. So I guess I'm headed all the way west. While I'm gone, will you be able to build the rig and the pulse generators? I'll try.
I'll make sure she has what she needs.
Alva said the Quen have a ferry on the coast that they use to get to the ruins of San Francisco. That's where I need to go. Hey, Gaia. I'm back.
So I see what is on your mind.
Have you been able to make use of Demeter's functions?
Yes. I was able to mitigate most soil conditions and restore a temporary balance. You should notice less rampant plant growth in the area.
Maybe that'll give Plainsong's fields a chance to recover.
Unfortunately, recovery in that area is unlikely without the assistance of the Utaru's land gods. I have discussed this matter with Zoe. I believe we may have a workaround.
Yeah, I'm helping her out with that. There's something I'm still trying to figure out. Why was Demeter using flying machines to distribute metal flowers?
In its deranged state, Demeter was defending itself against a robotic swarm that would devour all plant life.
It thought the Pharaoh Plague was still happening?
It feared it would come again. As part of its directive of receding Earth's vegetation, it sought to protect plant life at all costs. And considering it had 20 years to proliferate, I expect you will continue to find the fruits of its efforts for some time.
That's a good thing I have the code to dissolve the vines, then. So the facility where I recovered Demeter used to be a Pharaoh agricultural research facility. It's where they created the biomass conversion system, but also adamantine wreath. Did Elizabeth know they were working on that?
It is likely she was briefed on other efforts to combat the machine swarm, though her focus was devoted only to Zero Dawn.
That makes sense. But they actually got the wreaths to work. If they've been able to deploy it against the Pharaoh Plague in time...
Using the data you recovered on the project, I ran several simulations and have concluded that it would never have worked. In all scenarios, the Pharaoh war machines would eventually hack and deactivate the wreaths before they could contain the swarm.
So Zero Dawn really was the only solution. There was a lot of data in the greenhouse facility about agriculture. Do you think it'll help the Quen fix their homeland?
I will run a query. Complete. The data contains information about novel crop production methods, which may be beneficial to the tribe in the long term.
But new crops aren't going to save the world, so I guess it's on us.
It is.
I found some data in one of the rooms you unlocked. It mentioned that there are still functional seed banks beneath this facility. Why is it there?
My predecessor was tasked with reconstituting the biosphere with primary and secondary plant species. Had everything gone according to plan, humans would have eventually been able to introduce tertiary species, including new crops.
Can we access them now?
Unfortunately, it will have to wait. I require control over the machines in order to access and distribute the preserved seed stock.
And for that we need Hephaestus. It's something to look into later, then. So Gemini has 2 data cores. I've never seen a cauldron like that. But you mentioned something about seismic activity?
When my predecessor attempted to build the cauldron, construction was disrupted by a series of earthquakes. The data core had already been built, but the rest of the facility sustained damage. So, she began again. A second core was built. However, when more tremblers occurred, she abandoned the site.
Lucky for us. Are the quakes still happening?
No, though they did also create instabilities in other facilities in the region.
There's something I've been wondering. How could Ted Farrow create a clearance level higher than Alpha? Elizabeth made sure he wouldn't interfere with the project.
It is plausible he tasked his own engineers with creating a back door to the Zero Dawn system, without Elizabeth's knowledge. My predecessor did not even know of its existence until he activated it to purge the Apollo database. It is, in effect, a blind spot. One that will allow us to subdue Hephaestus. And fortunately, thanks to Beta's information, we know where Omega clearance may be procured.
Right. Somewhere in San Francisco. So now that you have Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon, how's the biosphere looking?
In the local region, conditions have improved. Superstorms have subsided. Water sources have been purified, and soil conditions remediated. These improvements will stave off environmental collapse for a few additional months.
Well, with luck, soon you'll have Hephaestus. Then you'll be able to fix the biosphere for good, right?
Correct. I will be able to design and produce robotic agents to permanently reverse the environmental damage that has accumulated.
All this data I've picked up in ancient bunkers and ruins. I guess I never really thought that other people would be looking at it.
Based on my observations, your companions engage quite frequently with this material. Erend has asked on numerous occasions about birthday parties. He appears perplexed by the tradition of serving a sweet confection, as it conflicts with the Oseram tradition of serving sparkling stout ale. He also suggested we host a party for you, as a surprise.
Yeah, no thanks.
That is what I predicted.
Is Catalo getting along with everyone?
Yes, though he prefers to spend most of the time alone. He appears to be collating data on war machine progression and significant battles during the Pharaoh Plague, to aid in the creation of a war map of Operation Enduring Victory. I believe he aims to study the tactics of old world warfare.
I'd be interested in seeing that.
It appears to be a private pastime for him. He has repeatedly declined my offers to assist his research.
Beta's convinced we won't be able to capture Hephaestus. With that attitude, do you really think she'll be able to build the rig and pulse generators?
It may take some coaxing, but with some assistance I am confident she will.
I don't get her, Gaia. She's so quick to assume we'll fail. She's nothing like what I thought she'd be. I guess it'll be best if she stays here when we go to Gemini. I'll be off.
Farewell, for now.
It looks like Zoe's side quest Help the Land Gods is ready, and we also now have a new side quest popping up. And of course, new dialogue.
Why don't you check the cache? Maybe you left it there when you dropped off all that ale.
Oh. Hope it didn't get stained.
Let's check in with Beta real quick and make sure she doesn't have anything to say. Wee. I can't just go downstairs normally. It's too boring. Nope,
Why is this door locked now?
Beta requested the use of that room as her personal space. I have locked it at her request.
Okay. Huh. The door's unlocked now. What was this room for, Gaia?
This was intended as a diagnostic center to monitor machine activity in the repair bay below. It appears most of the equipment was damaged, likely from Minerva's control of this facility.
Yeah, she did try really hard to keep me out. Looks like
There's
a power cell could fit here.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Open. Must still be up top. Come here, you.
Okay. That console has power now. From the looks of this data, Festus has been trying to hack into the repair bay.
Intrusion. Intrusion. Source external target. Firewall RCM1B. Countermeasure. Phase shift. Breach firewall RCM1B. Countermeasure failed. Main production external override. Main production downloading. Reboot purge successful. And lots of that.
Okay, doesn't look like it's been able to. The vault. I found a locked door behind the vent in the basement. Wonder if that's it.
I've got to be more careful. Jensen almost caught onto my plan while we were going over the diagnostic center specs. I've got nothing against the rest of the team. It's just... I'm sure they've all got family they're gonna meet up with in Elysium. But me? I couldn't even bury August. There is nothing of him left besides my memories. I won't let those blink out of existence too. The vault's for us, no one else. 11 more weeks before we lock the blueprints. Then the rest will be up to Gaia.
Why don't we go try and find that room? Or not try and find it, because we know where it is. Why don't we go and see if we can't get into it? Boop. Okay, so it needs a code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 digits, if I'm seeing that correctly. One, 9, 626, 11. I feel like that's missing a number though. Let me see.
That door needs a code. Maybe there's data in the facility that can help.
Let me try again. Let me try rereading. Maybe I missed something. This is Cyclops. Yeah. Center 9, so 9. Six, 2, 6. And just 11. Are we possibly missing one? But Aloy wouldn't have brought it up if we didn't have all the data we needed, right? I wish I could just remember the code. I'm certain that I can get this. We're only missing one number. I'm trying to think. I don't feel like we're missing one. Could we be? I mean, obviously we are if I can't find it, but like, where would it be? Honestly. Let me think for a second. How old was this kid?
There.
Ha! Well, that worked out. Let's see what's inside the vault.
What is this place?
So, yeah, I told the rest of the team. I was standing in the cafeteria, trying to pick out a god-awful meal cartridge when it suddenly hit me. Every school field trip, August always asked me to pack extra in his lunch pack so that he could share it with his friends. I don't know how I was lucky enough to end up with kids so generous. And I know he'd want to share this too. So, to whoever finds this place, this was us.
The last time I spoke to Leanna, they were just about to ship out to the Pacific Front. They really believed that if they could buy us some time, it'd be worth it. That Zero Dawn would save us. But if you were listening to this, then they were right. It was worth it. Their name was Leanna Jensen. 9th Civilian Guard Brigade for Operation Enduring Victory. And they were so, so brave.
Do I say it now? Okay. My name is Emma Irving, and I'm 8 years old, and my favorite animal is a fox. Do you have foxes in the future? I hope so. They're the cutest. And super smart. Dad said we have to go underground soon, just like a fox. And then the bad robots won't get us. So, I guess this is H and G. Hi and goodbye.
The day I was supposed to meet my sister's new baby, a vert swooped in and a crew of masked commandos threw a bag over my head. Next thing I knew, I was being told how the world would end and given a choice. Die now, or help Zero Dawn and die later. At least Nicole, Ella, and baby Aiden will be safe in Elysium. Gave up my allotment to make sure they could stay together. I don't know if any of this will actually work. Zero Dawn, cradle-raised humans. But if it does, do better than we did, okay?
Got to be honest, I don't really know what to say to the future. So I guess I'll say something to the past instead. Mom, Dad, I know you'll never hear this, but I wanted to say thank you. For all those times you dragged me along as a kid to volunteer at hot zone relief centers. You used to say, you have to pay it forward. The future will always be brighter for it. I'm trying to live up to your example. I love you. We'll be together again soon.
A last word into the darkness and into the void. A word thought never to be listened to. But was indeed heard. I guess we got really lucky with finding that last data number. I wonder where... Oh, about Hephaestus. Aloy... Oh, is this from data? Aloy and Gaia want me to help figure out how to capture Hephaestus. I put chances of success at about 0.0, but I might as well give it a think because 1, without Hef's ability to make machines, the Zeniths will have us at their mercy. And 2, what else am I going to do? As always, the first step is to outline the problem. Like the other subordinate functions, Hef achieved quasi-sentience when Gaia received the signal from Sirius. And when Gaia blew herself up to stop Hades, Hef fled, looking for a new home. But unlike the other subfunctions, which seem to have taken refuge in whatever physical processors they could find, Hef hid in the globe-spanning network that connects all the cauldrons in the world. Maybe it's because no single processor was large enough to contain it, or because it sought out the code environment it was most familiar with. Regardless, becoming a ghost in the network enabled it to pursue its twisted new mission: infiltrate cauldron production facilities, build combat units, and deploy them against humans, all in an effort to protect terraforming machines from tribal hunters. Escalation ensues. As hunters become adept at neutralizing its killing machines, Hef makes more, bigger, better armed, deadlier. But this is a digression. For our purposes, the main point is that Hef isn't in one place, so Aloy simply can't find it and use the master override to contain it in the Gaia kernel like Ether, Demeter, or Poseidon. It can't flee into any cauldron. It can flee to any cauldron at any time. Ergo, we've got to trap it somehow. Probably in a cauldron core and cut off access to its network. But how? As of this writing, I literally have no clue. Well, we figured that out. To make matters worse, the data that Gaia provided seems to indicate that Hef is changing. The exact methodology isn't clear to me, but its code base has expanded. That's bad news. For one thing, it can mean that its heuristic density is increasing, which would make it harder for Gaia to absorb. But even worse, it implies that Hef has the ability to rewrite itself, or at least part of itself, which is terrifying. What if it rewrote access protocols? That would mean... I don't even want to think about it. Beta. Before we talk to everybody, I'm gonna see if we can't
Pizza?
fix overrides.
Apparently it tastes worse the longer it takes to be delivered. Or something like that.
Maybe you can find the recipe?
I think it was just flat bread. With cheese. And some sauce.
I like it already.
That's just I hear about you going west.
Turns out we need one last thing before we can grab Hephaestus.
Because it would have been too easy otherwise.
You've been looking at any interesting data?
I asked Gaia to find me something to look at a while back. And she found the mother of all forges. They called it sports. Turns out the old ones spent a lot of time tackling and punching each other for points in one game or another. Are you mixing some solid food and fresh ale? I bet half the claim will be lining up to watch.
How are things with Katalo? You still scared of him?
Oh, she thinks she's funny. Actually, I played strike with him. I had to fill in most of the conversation myself, but I'm still alive.
Glad to hear it. I need to get going.
I think I know the answer, but are you sure you don't need any help? Gaia mentioned this other tribe you found, the Quen. They sound like a nasty bunch.
I can handle them. In the meantime, Varl will help you get ready for what comes next.
Take care of yourself, Aloy.
Got a minute?
As many as you need.
I have to travel beyond the western coast.
To the ruins, shrouded in fog.
Yes, and I'm looking for a tribe, the Quen. I encountered them once before. They said they came from across the Great Ocean. I was hoping that Tenakth knew more about them.
There were rumors of trespassers in the area, but we thought they were just bandits. Hikaru sent out a patrol or two, but I don't recall them reporting back. We've had more pressing concerns, as you know. I'm sorry. That's all I can tell you.
It's okay. I guess I'll find out soon enough.
There is something I've been meaning to discuss with you. It's personal. If you have a moment to spare.
Found anything interesting during your training?
Gaia told me where to find data on how wars were waged in the old world. I knew the Ten fought against machines, much as we do now, but it seems they were among the last of their kind. Later, machines battled other machines on behalf of greedy leaders, as they vied for lands and spoils. At least the Tenakth have the courage to put their lives on the line when conflicts arise.
There is nobility in that. But maybe we just need fewer conflicts in the first place.
Yes, of course. Hikaru would have it so as well.
What do Tenakth do to relax? You know, to take a break from training.
We play strike. Your Oseram friend, Erend, is surprisingly good at it, although he has yet to beat me. It helps one think strategically, hones the mind for tactics.
Somehow that still sounds like training. You said there was something you wanted to talk about?
I've been speaking with Gaia. She mentioned that the Zeniths bind metal with flesh to make themselves stronger. I was wondering if you'd help me do the same.
You want to make yourself a new arm?
Yes. Gaia insists she can help me build such a thing if I can get the necessary data and materials. She believes these things lie in the place where Beta hid from the Zeniths.
Their ancient research lab.
I am not as familiar with old-world machinery as you are. I could use your assistance.
It might be dangerous. The Zeniths probably still keep an eye on that place. We were lucky to get out of there alive the first time.
I see.
It sounds like this is worth the risk.
By the 10, we shall see it through.
I should get going. I've got a long road ahead.
Should you need reinforcements?
I know who to call. I'll call you when I'm near the Zenith lab. We'll get what you need for that new arm of yours.
Thank you, Aloy.
Aloy, I hear you're going further west past the Tenakth clanlands.
Do you know anything about the area?
Only hearsay. The Utaru tell stories of an island that lies beyond the western coast. They call it the Isle of Spires. It is said the Old Ones built towers there that touch the sky, so they could live far away from the earth that bore them. As if they didn't want to be reminded that they'd one day return to it.
Sounds like something Ted Faro would do. How much have you read on Ted Faro?
Enough to wonder how a man who worked so hard to heal the world once could let greed and pride condemn it so easily. For one's spirit to diminish in such a way, I'm not sure if I should hate him or pity him.
You and Varl doing okay? Training, I mean.
We're doing fine. Although I admit it'd be nice to take a small break from studying, just the two of us. But then who'd look after Erend?
Well, there's always Katalo.
Leave a loud Oseram with a brooding Tenakth. What could go wrong?
What's everyone been up to?
I've been trying to share some of my meals with Beta. Thought it might help her feel more at home. Maybe even get her to sleep up here instead of in that dark basement. She would not be moved.
I appreciate you trying.
Patience reaps the best harvest. I'm not giving up hope yet.
Any progress with your plan for the land gods? Is the reboot code ready?
It is. But there is difficult work ahead. Gaia warned me that because the land gods are linked together in a network, the code must be delivered to all of them. Most are in Plainsong, but in recent years, 3 of them wandered off. So, T, and Do.
We have to find them?
No, we know where they are, but they're hard to reach. So, wandered into a lake and sank. Do ventured into a dangerous canyon, and T broke down amidst a herd of machines.
Okay. Tell you what. You go to Plainsong, handle all the land gods there. I'll take care of So, T, and Do. I'll need their locations, plus the reboot code.
I'm sending the data to you now. My people made shrines near where each land god faltered. When you see them, you'll know you're close. And once again, thanks for your help.
We're not gonna let your people starve, Zoe. I promise. Well, I should get going. Hopefully I can bring back what we need to capture Hephaestus. After that, I'm gonna need everyone's help.
We'll be ready.
I'm sorry, Aloy. After all the trouble you went through, you have to head west again.
Well, no one said this was gonna be easy.
You sure you don't want any backup dealing with the Quen?
They think I'm Sobek, or something like that. They won't hurt me, but I doubt they'll be so kind to anyone else.
If you say so. Let me know if you need anything before you go.
You better not be slacking off on your studies while I'm gone.
And risk Zoe coming after me? I value my life. In fact, I've been reading about Ted Faro. How he destroyed the world and crawled into a hole after killing those who saved it.
He definitely was a piece of work. Well, Beta and Gaia built the rig. Can you get everyone ready for the mission ahead?
Of course.
What is it?
Nothing. It's just that everything's about to change. We'll get Gaia, and she'll help us set things right. No more zeniths, no more derangement. It'll be a different world. I welcome it, but I wonder how the Nora will react. And the Karja, and well, everyone.
Let's just focus on fixing Gaia for now.
You're right. We've got an angry AI to take down.
If I get Omega clearance, and then we grab Hephaestus, we might finally have the advantage over the Zeniths.
Can't wait to see their faces as they stare down a bunch of charging Thunderjaws.
Better them than us, for once. I'll be in touch if I need anything.
I'll make sure Beta briefs everyone on the pulse generators.
Good.
Okay, so, unfortunately, I do have to bring the stream to a stop for the night. I want to go out, I think the east exit. The next time we stream, we are going to do the second verse, which is helping Zoe with the land gods. And we will also be doing What Was Lost, which is helping, shoot, I forgot this game name, but he's Charles in Red Dead. Help him get his arm back. If you've spent time here with me today, and you've spent time here with me and Aloy and watching this stream, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you doing so. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to spend it here.
Aloy, it's a long way to the coast. If you need to resupply en route, I suggest stopping in Fall's Edge. It's a lowland clan village southwest of the Grove, in the heart of the jungle.
Got it. Thanks for the advice.
Duly noted. But, yeah, thank you so much. Our random useless fact of the stream. Cats have floating collarbones. No, I didn't stutter. The reason cats are so fluid-like, and we can always get those cute pictures and videos of them in floppy wild positions, is because their collarbones, unlike ours, are not fused directly to their ribcage or bones. They float amongst muscle and tissue, which allows them, a healthy cat, that is an appropriate weight, I should say, to be able to fit anywhere. If they are an average weight for their size, they should be able to fit into any space the size of their skull. I know it sounds crazy, but I've seen it myself. It's pretty wild. So yeah, that's your random useless fact for the day. Hope you enjoyed that. I will be streaming again, actually, in about 30 to 45 minutes. We're going to do one more stream, go around and do side quests. I just have to go get my husband up and get him ready for work. So thank you once again for spending time with me here. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.